All right, we are joined now live by Fawaz Zerziz. He is a professor of international relations at the London School of Economics. Fawaz, great to have you this morning. He is also the author of The Great Betrayal, The Struggle for Freedom and Democracy in the Middle East. Fawaz, this was the first scheduled international trip in the president's second term. He obviously traveled to Rome for the unexpected passing of the Pope there. But this was scheduled, the Middle East was scheduled and meant to be his first international trip. What do you make of the significance of that, and what are you watching for with this trip over the next few days?
Well, thanks for having me. I think with President Trump, one has to follow the trail of money. It's all about money. It's all about economic statecraft. It's about investment in the U.S. economy. For Donald Trump, and I'm not exaggerating, the United States is a big department store, everything for sale, everything, arms, nuclear technology, AI, you can buy anything. And the world knows this. So money has replaced values for President Trump. And the world is really treating Donald Trump and the United States in terms of trying to strike deals, big deals, in terms of arms, advanced technology, nuclear materials for civilian use, what have you. So at the end of the day, what you're going to see at the end of this particular trip is President Trump talking about signing trillions of dollars of deals, because he wants to use this back at home, because his ideology, his doctrine is America's first, and he is bringing the money back home. So this is really, I don't think Donald Trump has a strategic vision for the region beyond striking economic deals and basically convincing Americans that he is making major investments in the U.S. economy.
And what about what success looks like for the other sides? I mean, as you pointed out, Trump has said that he wants to sign deals worth of $1 trillion. But what does success look like for Saudi Arabia, for the UAE, for Qatar? What about for them?
Well, I think it's not just the Saudis and the Emiratis and the Qataris who are trying to really have good relations with Donald Trump. The entire world now, most of the entire world, knows exactly what really ticks Donald Trump, and it's about money. So they're going to go out of their way by promising President Trump big, massive economic deals, the deals of the century. But most of the numbers will not materialize at the end of the day. The trillions of dollars that President Trump is talking about is basically more promises. To give you an idea, during his first presidential term, when he visited Saudi Arabia, he said he signed $450 billion deals in Saudi Arabia. An economic analysis by the New York Times showed that only $95 billion was basically, carried through, less than during the Obama term, presidential term. So it tells you about the huge divide between the rhetoric, President Trump, about the trillions of dollars and the reality on the ground. And I think you're going to see a similar process, that the Saudis and the Emiratis and the Qataris are trying to really deepen their relations with the United States because they rely on America's security umbrella. But at the end of the day, the world has changed. The Middle East has changed. They have diversified their both geopolitical and geo-economic relations with China, with India, with Russia, but still they want to really impress President Trump and strike big deals with the president to impress on him the importance of the Gulf states.
So then, Fawaz, sort of taking that point and taking it a step further, so then who really comes out of this, the winner and the loser? So Trump, to your point, sort of gets the pomp, the circumstance, the photo ops, the win on the front end. But if the deals don't materialize and these other countries get the sort of the platform of being the first official state visit of the American president, who ultimately sort of comes out of this as the biggest winners and losers here?
Well, I think if there is one point to describe what you said, your question, it's about performative politics. President Trump is all about performance. It's about noise. It's about bubble. It's about really trying to convince his base at home that he is basically trying to impress on world leaders to invest in the US economy. So performative politics explain to a large extent what President Trump has been doing in the past 100 days. Contradictory, chaotic, temperamental, inconsistent, and the Gulf state will gain a great deal because they will basically have closer relation with Donald Trump. They will get some major arms deals, advanced technology. Saudi Arabia will likely get a nuclear program for civilian use. What I really would like to see is basically ending the war in Gaza, ending the unfolding catastrophe in Gaza, that President Trump can do a great deal of good if he focuses really on this unfolding, horrible, catastrophic humanitarian situation and bring about an end to the war and bring Israeli hostages back home. He could do so. He's the only one who could do so. So my hope is not only sign deals with the states in the region, but pressure Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to end this war, this reckless and this senseless war that has killed tens of thousands of Palestinians and destroyed the Gaza Strip.
Certainly a lot to watch. We appreciate you being on this morning for your insights and perspectives. That's Fawaz Zerzis. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.